Action.
Okay, so I am Chevy from MNMMANEWS.com, and I am here with Sugar Shane Dezee and Antonio Dvorak, coach, pupil, and we're here at Focus Karate and MMA in Edina. Guys, how you doing today?
Good. What it?
So good to see you both. First we'll start with Shane. Shane, you've got a big fight coming up. It's going to be on July 23rd at the Target Center. You're going to be fighting Jeremy the Landlord Lang. He's a WEC veteran. You yourself, you've been around fighting for a really long time. Your jiu-jitsu and wrestling are known all around the state. You're not only a great fighter, but a great coach. Give us your thoughts on your upcoming fight. How pumped are you to be fighting Jeremy the Landlord Lang?
I'm real excited. Jeremy's a tough opponent. He's got a good record. WEC vet, King of the Cage vet. Personally, I think stylistically we match up real well. I know I'm better at stand-up than him. He's probably a little better at wrestling than I am, but I'm an okay wrestler. I think I have better jiu-jitsu, but my plan for Jeremy is he hasn't fought in over a year, and I'm going to put it to him and put the heat and put him in positions that he's not used to. That's the plan.
Now, you've been fighting for a long time. You have never taken a break. You have taken anybody who's willing to fight you at any time. It doesn't matter what level they're at, what style of fighter they are. You're just one of those guys that loves to go out and fight. Now you're at Focus. I know that you bounced around a little bit. Is Focus now your new home? Is this a place where you've been able to really establish yourself as far as training goes?
Yeah, Focus MMA in Edina is my new home. I'm teaching classes here Monday, Wednesday, Friday. After Fight Factory closed down, we were kind of in a pickle and not really sure where we were going to go. And Josh Lebsock was my original jiu-jitsu coach. So I talked with him, I talked with the owner, and this is where I'm at. Teaching classes, we got a good group of guys, and we don't have any egos or any bullshit here, so it's working out real well.
You have some of the top jiu-jitsu guys in the state here at Focus MMA. Josh Lebsock, Dylan Saxog. I heard Nate Homey comes in through the door once in a while. You train with some top-tier guys. What do you guys do on a daily basis around here when you're getting ready for big fights?
We like to focus on conditioning and doing live reps. Most of the guys, the pros, I'm not going to teach them any new tricks. So basically we work on our technique. We'll have a little bit of a warm-up, do some technique, do a lot of live rounds, be it sparring, being on the ground, doing MMA. And then at the end, we always try to do some hardcore conditioning. I'm a firm believer because I've been in the cage and gassed out. Conditioning and cardio is one of the #1 keys to the whole deal.
This is a place where you guys are able to get a lot of work in. If you can see behind me, it's a huge place. It's a full facility. It's got everything you could possibly need if you want to be a fighter and you want to be able to train. It's a beautiful place. It's fairly new. So you guys are in a nice, clean spot here. It's very cool. I was over at the old Focus. It was about the size of a bathroom. So this has got to be a much nicer atmosphere for you guys to be able to train in.
Yeah, we got a lot of room. We got Jeff Nelson, who is the owner. He's Greg Nelson's brother, so we got a small affiliation with the academy. We got some academy guys who come and go, and basically we just try to keep our doors open and available to guys who want to come in and train. We got some of my old friends are over here behind me. Like I said, we don't have any bullshit. We don't have any egos. It's just a bunch of guys. We're just kind of sharing like MMA was in the roots, if you are. And I'm just excited. We're add a couple new members every week, and I got a lot of good vets around, like Derek Abram and some other guys who help me out quite a bit.
Yeah, so it's a great group of guys, a bunch of guys that love to punch each other in the face, which is about all that you can ask for when you have an MMA gym. Which brings me to my next guest here, which is Antonio Dvorak.
Mohawk!
Now, Antonio Dvorak is a new fighter. He's just coming out of the scene. Shane, of course, is one of his trainers. Shane is extremely excited about Antonio. Shane believes that Antonio has a huge future in this sport. Antonio, first, tell us, how did you get involved in the sport of MMA?
I just like to fight. I like to fight, and I've got enough fights, so I thought I might as well get paid for it.
No, that's good to get paid to fight and actually not get arrested when you're done. It is a beautiful thing. Everybody knows who you are. You've got a heck of a reputation in downtown Minneapolis. You're one of the toughest security guys out there. Shane, your opinion, where is Antonio at in his training? Where is he at as an amateur right now?
Well, I can tell you, number one, he is my least favorite sparring partner, probably next to Carl Kanoth. You know, Carl Kanoth, if I can just interject real quick, Ricco Rodriguez is a punk bitch. That's all I have to say about that.
That's all I got to say about that.
But me and Carl, we've been trying to put Antonio in positions where he's not comfortable, and I think that's a major key in MMA. Work on your weaknesses. Obviously, Antonio has a pretty good stand-up background. I'm not sure, black belt in
karate, boxing.
Yeah, he's done all kinds of stand-up, and I've sparred with him, and I can tell you it's very unpleasant. And he's matched up against a wrestler, so we've been really working on kind of molding his game a la Chuck Liddell, if you will. If Antonio gets put on his back, we're obviously not going to be looking for arm bars and triangles yet. Just kind of get him to stand up and do what he does best, and that put the hurt on people. I tell people all the time, I don't bullshit, I keep it real. Antonio trains, he puts in the time, he will be in a big show within a year or two, guaranteed.
So you're going to be fighting also at the Target Center July 23rd, the same night that Shane's going to be fighting. It's got to be a huge opportunity for you to be fighting with one of your coaches. What does that feel like?
It feels good. I was begging for it. I wanted to fight real bad. Went to Dezee. I was like, hey, I need to get on that card. I need to get on the card. Gavin actually ended up giving me the card. He put in the word for me. So got on the card. I'm happier than hell. I'm happy to help. I'm going to put on a show. A lot of blood. Lots of blood.
Lots of blood, ladies.
What was that? What was that?
Lots of blood.
Lots of blood.
Not my blood.
No, somebody else's blood. So it's got to be exciting for you to be on such a big card with so many big names. You got Brock Larson on there. You've got Tommy Spear. Just to name a couple of them, you've got Paul Bradley from the Minnesota Martial Arts Academy. Some really big names. This could be a huge stepping stone for you in your career if you go in there and make a big statement. If your fight was actually taking place in the Matrix and it could go any way you wanted it to, how would your fight go?
Well, I'd kick him in the head in 10 seconds and he'd go to sleep. That's how my fight would go.
Let me rephrase that for you. If it was in the Matrix, he would kick him in the head and his head would go up into the 15th row, and then he would do one of these things and it would be all slow motion.
That would be pretty sweet, but since it is reality, you are looking, you want to land a quick head kick, knock him out, and get the heck out of there so you can start celebrating.
Yep, lots of drinking. Lots of drinking.
Say, Antonio, where's the after party?
It's going to be a Karma nightclub.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. The after party is going to be at Karma Nightclub, the only spot for a big-time show after party in downtown Minneapolis. Antonio, my last question for you is, to be a fighter in this sport, you have to have a chip on your shoulder. There's a lot of guys who are really good at this sport, who are really good in the gym, and they go into the cage, they just don't have that chip on their shoulder, that fire, that meanness to hurt somebody in the cage. Shane obviously does. Shane is one of these guys, he likes to hurt people. Where do you get that chip on your shoulder from?
I don't like people. There you go.
So he's antisocial, so it's a good thing that Shane hasn't been fighting, otherwise he would probably walk into a grocery store or something with an AK or, God knows what.
He doesn't need an AK. He would just start swinging his feet and his hands. It would be like Godzilla or King Kong or Godzilla! It would be bad.
So it's a good thing we've gotten Antonio into fighting. We're all very excited to see him make his debut in the cage. He's also going to be fighting on August 13th at Myth Nightclub in Maplewood, another great event, an event where Shane first got his start at. People may not know this, but Shane was actually one of my first jiu-jitsu coaches, and I can say this much for sure. Anybody that steps into into the cage with Shane had better be ready to get really wet, because this is the sweatiest fighter you will ever meet in your life. I'm kind of wondering what's up with the hair, dude.
I'm actually I'm growing my hair out for Locks of Love. I don't know if you guys don't know what that is. It's basically you donate your hair once you get it to 10 inches, and I'm getting close. Basically, I have a daughter, and my wife's about to have another daughter any day now, literally. And I thought, what an easier way to try to help somebody out by donating my hair. Granted, it's a pain in the ass in the gym, but a friend of mine who actually fought for Elite, his name was John Murphy, he fought on that show, what's Bully Beatdown, he fought on there once too. I talked with him a little bit, super nice guy, and we just got to talking, and he did it where he grew his hair out for Locks of Love, so I figured, what the fuck, I'll give it a shot. Now, if I can interject, I have a question for Mr. Now, first of all, I need to get a proper pronunciation of the last name.
Cherveny.
Cherveny.
Yeah, it's Bohemian.
Cherveny.
Right.
Mr. Cherveny.
Yes, sir.
I understand that you and your girlfriend?
Fiance.
Fiance. See, now that's what we're leading up to.
Fiance.
Fuck yeah.
Melissa Ground Zero Shiro going to be fighting on July 30th at the Treasure Island Resort and Casino.
Fuck
so
yeah.
now, your girlfriend, fiance, soon-to-be wife, is a pretty ass-kicking chick herself.
That's right.
Now, let me ask you a question. When you go home and it's time to wind down for the night and, relax, who dictates in the bedroom? Go.
Okay, as far as dictating in the bedroom goes, that's all me, baby. All right. I might be a lover, but I am also a fighter, and you put those two things together, me being also part Italian heritage, just like Mr. Dezee here, I get it done. But let me tell you this, folks, I never come home late. Ever. Because she can kick some major ass, as these guys have seen before. So, as you know, I grow my hair out for Locks of Love as well. I used to have long hair too. It's a pain in the ass, but it's a great cause. Antonio, maybe you can work on that next. You have a ways to go, but Shane, I do like it. It looks good. I'm really glad that I was able to come down here and talk to both of you guys. To talk to you both of you guys today. My last question, any sponsors you guys want to give shout outs to while I got you here?
Epic Nightclub, Karma Nightclub, it's a place to be, we're open till 3. Don't believe the hype.
I'd like to thank Gator Inc. I'd like to thank Get Some Fight Gear. They're a new up-and-coming company. You'll see them at the Target Center. I'd like to thank Focus MMA, and I'd like to thank Joe from Puss Out, still hanging around, still helping me out. Also, I'd like to thank all the guys in the gym, Derek, Carl, Jeremy, Antonio. Also, a special thanks goes out to my buddy Caleb Quinn out of API. He's been coming in, helping me do cardio. Like I said before, cardio, for me especially, has always been my weak spot, so it's nice that I've actually gotten a little bit of a hold on it.
Well, cardio is going to go a long way for you in your next fight against Jeremy Lang. We'll be seeing Mr. Dvorak fight as well. Remember, folks, it's going to be July 23rd at the Target Center in downtown Minneapolis. CFX and Elite or Extreme Challenge are going to meet for Extreme Challenge 188. It's going to be a huge show. Again, thank you so much for stopping in. I'm Chevy from MNMMANEWS.com. Check it out for all your local and national MMA news. I'm Chevy. Don't do anything I would do. Peace. We're out of here.
Go ham.